The story of Fumani warms my heart. Can you imagine a young man minding his own business, working at a retail shop? His service was so noticed that he bagged himself work at Miway Insurance. And from there, because of his continued excellence and insisting of being of service to others, his career began to just grow in leaps and bounds. Let's hear his story.
My name is Fumani Mashimji. 23-year-old from a very small town in Limpopo called Giani. It's a very Tonga populated area. So I pretty much spent 2/3 of my life in Giani, where I went to primary there and I went to high school there. And when I matriculated in 2019, I decided it's time for me to go see what life has for me. So after completing my studies, luckily I got a job in retail as a salesperson. And that is where my character came out. And I think being an extrovert and being always willing to engage with people. So, you know, as a salesperson in retail, you are always trying to sell something. But my sales pitch wasn't ending there. I was always trying to look for opportunities. And luckily, I met a very awesome guy called Clement Molemela, general manager. So in my first 9 months, I think I bagged 8 awards, which was very fulfilling to me because you're actually being awarded for the hard work that you do. I mean, I remember having to knock off at 7 when my knockoff time was 5, doing more than I should, you know, and being rewarded for that for me was a very eye-opening thing, that when you work hard for something, you can at least get rewarded for it. That also helped me in my first year in corporate, being invited to the CEO Awards. I think that was a big highlight in my life. You never fathom that, honestly, when you're coming from school. We have good leaders in Miway Insurance, and they know where your potential lies. And maybe a rejection doesn't mean it's the end of the road for you. And yeah, I think my last rejection was in the IT space. And considering that I really wanted to go into the IT space, for me, it was like, oh, this is it. But because we have very supportive people in the company, the likes of Sarapelo Mufokeng, who is the HOD of client services, helped me get a secondment into IT. And not just a secondment, but a secondment into something that I really wanted to do since first year. It feels surreal because in my second year, I was thinking, somehow get into corporate and become a BA. And it happened exactly like that. And that's my way for you. It makes things happen in the way maybe that you fathom. And I'm forever grateful for that. Yeah, and then luckily, you know, got the secondment, and then Uzi took me in, great manager, the HOD of business process innovation. And I think now I'm in 10 months in my secondment as a BA, and I'm finding it very interesting because I'm learning new characters about myself. I'm enjoying my stay and my tenure here at Miway Insurance, and I really hope this story inspires the next person. And, you know, I always say the goal is not for someone to do it exactly the way I did, but for me, it's to make it easier for them to achieve their dream. I think how Miway has allowed me to live things my way or to do things my way is that I get to see my mom proud. Everyone that's very close to me knows that I'm very fond of my mom. She is my best friend, my number one supporter, and the reason why I'm here today, actually, because even in the toughest times, she's there. Even in the happiest times, she's there.